Hey, what's up YouTube? I've just got platinum for Need for Speed, which I'm really chuffed about because it hasn't even just under a week, so I'm really happy about this. So 6 days. I'm going to talk about the trophies in the game later on, but first I thought I'd take a look at some of the cars I have in my garage. Okay, so this is my first Lotus. This is the first car I properly bought after the starter car, and I did this one up. And basically this is my drifting car, hence why it says Driftworks on it. It's quite simple, the design, just a couple of like tribal work tattoos. All my license plate have trophy on them because I am the trophy hunter after all. And I did put a little shark flame tattoo near the petrol cat Dubry. So definitely a girl phrase there. So there you go. So it's quite a nice simple one. And so this car is my pure drifting car for the setup. So thanks to my friend Luke, who showed me how the best setup for that is. I do appreciate that because it made drifting a lot easier. Alright, so next, this is one of my fastest, well, I think it's my fastest, and this is the car that I used to beat the final 2 events in the game, which is today the McLaren. Quite a simple design. Some of the decals on it are the original wrap ones, and I just put a bit of personal touch like the flames and the dragon. I want something, you know, quite cool looking, but at the same time something quite simple, nothing OTT. This is one of the only 2 of my cars have added spoilers on them. Reason being was to get the trophy for maxing out like the drift or the grip, you had to have a spoiler attached. So there's a little hint for you, one of your cars will have to have that. I've just realised I haven't tinted the window on this one actually, so I will just do that now while I think about it. It won't take me a second, so she says. I can get it on there. There we go. You can see the smears on it now. Okay, so that's my McLaren. So moving on down the line, this is my other Lotus. This is my purely based speed one. So it's basically everything's dead center. There's no drifting on it. It's just so it will both drift and it will grip at the same time. Hence why this one says Speed Hunters. Again, a lot of the flames. And it's got this really nice, all my cars metallic-y because I love the metallic paint job. So as you can see, it's purely, this one's advertising that it's speed and it's fast. Basically just reminding myself the reason why you drive this car is for speed. Although it's no longer my fastest car, it was what I used to win several events while heading up to that. Okay, so that's my other Lotus. Moving on down the line. Now this one, this is purely for fun. Now the reason why I picked this car is it's a Chevrolet. Reason being is because my very first Need for Speed game on the PS2, Most Wanted, I have a lot of a love for it because 1, it was the game that actually damaged my wrist. So if I get any pains in my wrist now, it was Most Wanted that did that. And 2, not only because of Bumblebee and the Transformer games, but also because in the original Need for Speed game, it was the Camaro that no, it wasn't the Camaro, it was a Chevrolet. It was the Cobalt. That was my starter car. My buddy Michael, he picked the Lexus, and it was a bit of a racing game between us that his car could accelerate quicker, but once I got on the straights sort of thing, it'd be very hard for him to catch my car up. So I have a lot of love for the Chevrolet, so that's why I got this car. No, it's not amazingly fast like the other ones, but because of this car, it reminds me of Need for Speed, so that's why I stuck to it. Okay, so my last car. This is because my other early racing games, my brother used to have Gran Turismo, the very first one when it came out on the PS1, and in that I used to love driving the Dodge Viper. I don't think it's the same one as this, but it was a Dodge Viper nonetheless, and I absolutely loved that car. I loved the curves, the blue paint job with the white stripe. I loved it like crazy. So that's why I got myself a Dodge Viper here. I haven't actually driven this car yet. It's just made in the garage to look really nice and sexy looking, and wow, I mean, look at that. As you can see, the paint job's a bit more smoother in the metallics, not quite as intense as the other ones. But there's just something really nice about the look of a Dodge Viper to me. So, it's actually, if you actually look at all my cars in the garage, all of them have a lot of curves to them because that's what I like. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to have a little drive. Not in that one. No, I'm going for my McLaren. We have a little drive, and I'll just talk about... because this isn't be my final review, because I did a review on the first 10 hours of the game. Well, now I've got platinum in the game, so I've got quite a few hours under my belt, as you can imagine. what's my overall thing of the game now I've had an in-depth look at it? Well, the races are varied. You've got plenty of the sprints, the circuits, the drifts. You know, there's something for everyone. So maybe you're better at drifting. So therefore, you know, you've got something coming back. Once you've completed the game, you can do all the drift events and that, you know, whatever it is that really suits your type. So you've got the customization ability, and if that's your fun thing, you can spend hours redoing a car. And let's say a couple of months down the line, you pick the game up again. You know, you can completely rechange it, and you can also save the decal job. So if you want to put that to one side and do another one, you know, you're not going to lose anything. Let me get off the pavement. Steering wise, it's pretty easy to control. Obviously, it's an arcade racer, so realism isn't really built in. So the cars are lightweight and can easily drift, though I'm sure in real life they probably couldn't. Again, graphics is still loving it. Now, in the first review, I said about there being a lot of cops popping out left, right and centre. To be honest with you, not so much the case. When I was driving around looking for cops, couldn't find any. There were certain parts on the map where I found them more easily, which if I show you by just doing this, I always found them to be hovering around this area. If you're looking for cops, this is a good place. Between Royal Park and Southport, maybe this is called Royal Park, I don't know, but in this area, that's where I usually found a cop hanging around. But then in a fast car like this, I only had to go over 150 and I could lose him straight away. So in the beginning it may be annoying, but then it's not as bad as Rivals, anything like that. It doesn't go straight away into insanely hard. It always starts at level 1 as soon as you lose them, so they don't have a heat rating stay on you, so that's nice and easy. So again, it's not actually that annoying. It may was to begin with, but not now. And I know some people have complained the storyline's a little bit weak, but I didn't find that. I found that you actually got close to the characters in a sense. There's some I liked, there's some I didn't like. I found it a little bit funny that in every cutscene I'm drinking, and not even alcoholic. I mean, drinking constant energy drinks. I'm hyped up on so much caffeine in this game that I'm surprised I was crashing into every single wall. But there you go. I mean, speaking as someone, okay. Someone says I suck at racing games. Okay, that is the case, fair enough. But I still managed to get platinum on it. And that's with doing even the 2 hardest races, which, I mean, the last race, heart was beating like a rabbit. It was absolutely crazy. So, but it was still fun sort of thing, and it gave you a sense of achievement once you'd done it. So, definitely, I mean, with most Need for Speed games, it's a game for those who just want to have fun. It's not, I don't think it's really for serious gamers as such. If you... Sky... Shh. Stop being so happy. And there's a lot of... That's not funny. My bird's happy for me. But anyway, so no, overall, the game is really good. To me, I still love Most Wanted because there are a lot of things to enjoy about that, especially about free roam. There's a couple of moments, a few glitches of the multiplayer. It's a shame if you invite friends to a party, it can't just be you. It has to have a full party of 8 people for some bizarre reason. That's a little bit annoying because it'd be quite nice to just drive around with your friends. You don't want to have other people join you, so... But, you know, what can you do about that? Not a lot. So, if you don't mind overlooking that, you know, multiplayer is actually quite fun. But then you can draw up some random people, so hey-ho. But there you go, guys. So that is my look at Need for Speed. Customizing it adds a lot. Trophies are mainly story plot. I mean, there are things to collect, like parts and these donut-y things, but they don't go towards trophies. So you don't have to spend time doing them. But there's lots to be done here. And, you know, if you're happy to keep coming back, I think it does have some replay value. And to be honest with you, it's nice just having a game that you can pick up and say to you guys or your friends, you know what, let's just go on Need for Speed, let's just do some races, you know, and have some fun. So I think it's great for that, and then it's really fun just to you know, oh, cop, I can see him, and you know, so you know, it's I definitely say it's a good game. And it's worth the money for me. If you're still not quite sure, then you know, I'd say wait till it gets reduced because it probably won't take too long. But definitely, guys, game worth being looked at. It's fun, it's fast, it's everything you expect from Need for Speed. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and of course, if there's any questions, of course, please feel free to ask.